Oh, sorry for the delay. My daddy called. Alright. Let me get some music before I start. Rewards enabled on channel. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. Alright. Let's get cracking. What we got? Alright, I'm going to drop. I don't know what this is going to do. We'll see. No one will probably won't look right there. I'm going to put a little Agrex. Good morning to you. Oh, dropped it. Alright, boys. I made a mistake of putting too much blue in here. Good morning. What do you think? You think if I put a little... I'll put a little bit in there. I keep looking at that. And I keep dropping stuff too. What the heck? There you go. There you go. I can't even open this thing. Alright, there we go. I'm just going to put a little tiny piece in there. Oh, nobody came to see me. Yeah, let me turn this way. Alright. Alright. Got some touch-ups I need to do too, but I suppose that's probably small potatoes. One viewer. Who did that? Let's see if I can get in here without messing this up. Might just have to let this one go and try not to look at it. Okay, that looks a little better. I think if we put some of that lead belcher in there, that would work. Let me use this brush to get this extra bit up. Alright, so I'll use this here Rune Fang to just highlight some of these silvery bits. Move this guy over there. The silvery bits. Gray Jaeger, Evening Sharky. What are we working on tonight? I am working on my Bladeguard Veteran, which no, is it my Bladeguard Ancient, and hopefully I can get to a point tonight where I can glue him together. I was thinking about doing it last night, but there's just some touch-up parts that will be easier if he's still in a sub-assembly. But thank you for joining me tonight. I was a little slow getting started because I was on the call my daddy. I try and call him once a week. Alright, so there's that one. And how about this one? Oh, I forgot the chains. How was your Monday? Oh, yeah, no problem. Sharp friend, hello. Can't talk much right now at the gym. Man, I'm proud of you. Whereas me, my time for the gym is gonna be gone here soon. But Raichu friend is slinging those weights around. I can appreciate that. Gains for the Primarch. Remember that. Squats for Sanguinius. This dude has a hand. I don't know what kind of weapon that is. This dude brought a skeleton hand to a knife fight. I mean a gunfight. I mean, you know what, whatever way works. Okay. Silver. I think that's cool. Alright. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that shield. Bells. That doesn't need it. How about this one? And don't mind me, I'm just knocking my crap over. I swear to God, I can't stop knocking this stuff over. Jesus, what's wrong with me? Alright. Just a little bit more of this. Alright. I'm on camera. Alright. Alright, here's what I think. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to... I feel like just gluing this thing now. Benching for Rogak Dorn. Curling for Vulcan. Shoulder press for Sanguinius. And of course, getting massive for the Emperor. Man, I tell you what. That's gonna... You about to get the lunk alarm with all that testosterone you putting out. Alright, how are we looking here? Oh, that's hot. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm going to touch up the blue before I glue that together, just because that leg bit is going to be a pain if it's already assembled. Alright, blue. Techless blue. Oh. Alright, quick, let me send the wife a message. That's right, I got a wife. I'm not just some incel on the internet. I'm an incel with a wife. Get it right. Alright. Here we go. I don't like that. That's a little too thin. Let's add some more. Add some more to that. See how we can do here. Still too. Oh no! Let me save it. Okay. Lean it forward just a little bit more. Forgot this guy had his own rock. His tactical rock. Oh, sorry guys, I got all quiet. Don't go to Planet Fitness also, no lunk alarm here. It's a kind of slim pickings where I live. So there's Planet Fitness, the Y, where I could go and lift weights with a bunch of old people that I know from my work who I don't want to see. Or I could go to Planet Fitness and also see people from my work that I don't want to see. My story, there's a guy, there's a rich guy who he banks at my bank that I work at. And he's also known as the biggest asshole in town. But he almost killed himself on a weight bench one day. And I stopped him from getting his head ripped off. And he was nice to me after that. He mean to everybody else, but he was nice to me. Alright, bros. Alright, that one was, whoo, that was nerve-wracking. You know what a pain it is? Oh, I don't want to talk too much until I get this. I hope I'm on camera, because if I ain't, that's going to be a pain. Alright, let's see here. I'm listening to Blade Runner, Tears in the Rain remix. Blade Runner is one of my favorite movies. Don't lose it. A little tiny touch up that's going to need. Might just ignore that one. Follow this way. Hey Vulcan. Wow, it's 4 people now. What's everybody doing tonight? Raichu is getting shredded. Oh man, that thing looked grimy. I did a heavy shade on this book guy here. Alright. Foot. Foot seems okay, I guess. It just occurred to me that I didn't do his rock. Let me get some room to work here so people see what I'm doing. I just realized I'm making old man noises. Sorry about that, guys. That's nice. That light blue coming through on that dark blue. Ooh. Very nice. Well, I was like, I'm taking a break from painting tonight. Friend got some ludas and I'm doing them up for him. That's nice. Got my dog back today. His trachea collapsed Saturday night. We had to get him to an emergency vet. Dang, how does that happen? Was he doing something that he shouldn't have been doing? I'm glad your dog is better, bro. I'm going to be taking me a long break from painting, so I'm trying to get done while I can. clear this out. It clogged up his detail there. Okay, that's looking better. And who's next here? What we got? Yikes, bro. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. Had to stay in an oxygen bubble for a few days. I should probably get me one of those. Oh, we got a little spot of red on that. That's a clay sculpting tool that I use for some little, like if there's something stuck on the model, I just use this tool to get that off. All right. Anyway, I called my dad before I was streaming. I had to tell him something kind of crazy. He thought it was funny though, but you know, I'm just glad that in my family it's not my immediate family really that has drama. It's all extended family. But I do like talking about it. Ooh. Personal bit, it's not really personal, but my dad was a fireman for like 20 something years, and he was captain of his fire department, and they got called to I think it was a warehouse fire, and while he was in there, the building collapsed and fell on him, and he suffered horrific spine damage. He wasn't paralyzed, but he could move around with a lot of difficulty, and he had to get back surgeries for several years before they could fix it. So he's got a bunch of rods and stuff in his back. He's not supposed to do crazy heavy lifting or anything like that, but he can walk, he can lay down, he can stand up, sit up, and doesn't have chronic pain like he used to. So he's blessed. I think I was in college when that happened. Yeah, I was in college. I think I was in my sophomore year. I think sophomore year when I got the phone call about that. Alright, boys. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say that touch up there. Mostly done. I'm gonna say that's good. I just need to make sure that everything fits together right. Alright, so that one's done. We'll say that one's ready for gluing soon. Let's move on to this. Yeah, pretty rough. And I feel that I'm fortunate that we've had some serious health scares in my family's history, and I feel fortunate in that most of the time things worked out. My mom actually had a major stroke when I was in middle school, and she was actually left paralyzed for about a year. And then, she had to do all the rehab and what's it called? Well, I guess probably physical therapy is the correct word. I cramp my hand. But anyway, she made, I guess, as much of a recovery as you could expect. So to this day, like, her left side is still like weaker than the other side, but I mean, she's functional, fully functional. So make sure you appreciate your family, because man, I tell you what, you can lose them in some really, really unexpected, wacky ways. Just always be appreciating your family, even if they annoy the hell out of you sometimes. I ain't trying to be preachy, but sometimes, it just helps to hear somebody say it. You know what I mean? Oh, well, look at that. There's a little silvery bit that I missed right there. Alright, how about the arm? Oh, let's see. How about, I don't know, what y'all want to talk about? What do you want me to talk about? How about work stuff? Does anybody care about work stuff? I'll talk about work stuff until somebody asks different. So I kind of got screwed out of a promotion at work about, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 months ago. It's not that I got screwed out. It's just I didn't. Well, you know what? Maybe I did get screwed out of it. I applied for a job but it looks like the bosses already had somebody in mind when I was told about it, and so they poached a guy from another bank instead of hiring from within, which is what they always told me. They said, "Oh yeah, we want to start hiring from within." Okay, and then just a couple months later, they overlooked somebody from their own bank and hired somebody from Bank of America. By the way, Bank of America looks like they were shorting silver, and that's what might end up dragging them down. So if Bank of America goes belly up because they were shorting silver, I'm gonna laugh. Deserved, by the way. By the way, I remember the first and last transaction I had at Bank of America. I found out that my account went below a certain threshold or whatever, and for a student account, I think it was, and they gave me a service charge like $14, which I don't know. I'm not really sure how that stacks up to other banks, but that was insane to me. A $14 service fee, so I closed my account right there, and I paid off my car loan that I had with them, and I never did any further business with Bank of America. Dang, I gotta paint this thing that's under his hand there. Alright, man, look at that. That blue is starting to crisp back up. We looking good. Let me get all the blue and I'll start gluing stuff back together. Alright. Oh, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, work. Well, they have 2 staff members. One of them should have been retired 10 years ago, but she ended up paying her deadbeat kids mortgage for them, so she needs the income, so she didn't retire, but she's pretty much got one foot out the door. It's like she's got tenure or something. So anyway, and then there's another lady who was about to get fired or demoted, but then she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so then they're like, well, we can't fire a lady who just got diagnosed with breast cancer. It'll look real bad. So they end up sticking around for a while. Well, now the big boss, the president and CEO of my bank, announced he's retiring at the end of the year. And it was really him who was protecting these 2 lackluster employees. And the new boss is going to be the current COO. And luckily he seems to like me, as I talk about stocks with him. And he's been pushing for like performance goals for loan officers, which none of these 2 ladies aren't going to be able to do. So anyway, it looks like that promotion opportunity is going to be back on the table probably first quarter next year. So I'm going to be grinding at work. I need to draft up a letter of intent, and I got to get my training documentation drafted up so they can see what I've been doing. But anyway, the pay bump would be very substantial, because I want to upgrade to a bigger place so that my family can be comfortable, and increasing income is probably the fastest way to do that. I probably sound like a corpo stooge right now, but you do what you got to do, man. You got to get that bread. Good call paying this guy in sub-assemblies. Bro, I learned the hard way. Actually, not the worst one, but the most difficult one I had to do. Let me see, can you see it? This guy here. He is fully 3D printed and was sent to me fully assembled, minus the cape and the banner and the skull. But anyway, mostly fully assembled. What a challenge that was. What a challenge. I can't even begin to tell you. Alright. Let's see, we're going to have to do something special with that there shield, but I'll come to that. I'll worry about that when the time is right. Oh, we got to do that in red. I totally forgot about that. I forgot the red, bros. Let's see, this is going to be blue. That's going to be red. I forgot. Forgot my own color scheme. Let's borrow this here. On camera? I'm trying to stay on camera. I ever tell anybody that my workplace is haunted? If you follow me on Twitter, you might have heard me talk about it before. My bank has weird rules like that too. I'll be switching to my wife's credit union soon to get away from it. Credit unions are probably the best place to be right now. I work at a bank, so I mean, if there's ever a run, I'm probably going to be the first to know about it. But If I wasn't working at a bank, I would be at a credit union, which they're preferable because they have limits on how they can invest their clients' funds. So you won't have to worry about the bank losing all your money on like commercial mortgage bonds or something like that. Which is something I bring up at every bank meeting, by the way. I ask our chief investment officer, I'm like, hey man, I'm not going to see anything in this here graph, am I? Better not. Stand. Okay, I'm going to say that's good enough because I'm not trying to spend all day on this thing. I said I'm not trying to spend all day on this thing. I spent a week on it, so. Okay, there's that. What else is next? The head. Okay. So I already did the eyes on the head, and I shaded and did highlights on the white. So let me just go ahead and try and tidy up some of these here lines without losing the shadows. I just saw that I forgot to paint behind the ears, so I have to go back in and touch that up a little bit. I'm aware there's some drama going on Twitch with some fat Muslim chick talking about soldiers or something. I try not to pay too much attention because there's always going to be some weekly outrage. You know what I mean? And I'll be real, I generally don't have the time for it. I think it's wild that people are like, well, I don't know if she's a convert, which is silly, or if she's an immigrant, but I just tell you what, it's just wild that people will immigrate to some country and then like thirst after the place you came from and talk trash about where you live at. It's just wild. I mean, people got to be allowed to complain, but at the same time, it's like, I think some people are just better off getting sent back where they came from. And that's how I feel about it. Alright, that head is mostly done. We'll do some touch-ups later after it's put together. Okay, I think that's all the blue is fixed up, isn't it? Alright, boys, I think that thing's ready to glue. And then I got a base I need to do too, which is right here. Base will be... Oh man, I already glued it and everything. We'll do the base while we're here. That'll be fun. I mean, you're not wrong. I don't remember what I said, but I appreciate you. Alright, let's close that up. We're going to do some gluing here. What time is it? I'm making decent time. I'm going to put some jazz on. This is for myself because I'm too dumb to figure out how to get this other thing to work. Alright, let's have a look. Alright, here we go. I think that'll be okay there. Come on now, get in there. There it is. Awesome. Man, look how cool. That was always one of my favorite models, was this Bladeguard Ancient. I just thought he looked so cool. And let's see here. What does this look like? Man, look at that. How cool that is. Let's see what I messed up. Oh, dang. That was metal. I made the brown. I got to turn that. I got to make that blue. Alright, so there's some touch-ups we're going to have to do from the joining. Man, I messed that up. That should have been brown. I got it backwards. I don't even see that. The brown and the... Yeah, okay. That's how, like, what's it called? Subassembly's gone wrong. Okay, so we will leave the backpack off for right now. Let me see this. But I could put his head on if I can get it off of this thing. There's his head. I used the Victrix Guard helmet, 3D printed, of course. See if I can get it off. Nice. Alright, we're going to glue that head in. Let's see, make sure there's enough in there. That's enough. I'll put some red shade in his eye lenses to tone that down a little bit. Tone that yellow down. Alright, man, he looks cool. Look at that, guys. Y'all see that? Let me get my light up. That is pretty cool. That shield might be a bit of a pain. I'll have to see if I have some small decals to put on there. But I'll keep that off until that is done. Alright. So very cool. Okay. So now we know what we need to fix. But I'm going to take a break from that while that's drying. And I'm going to work on the base. I've gotten some compliments about the color, because I always try to go for like a blue marble color. So let me remember what I do here. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. Come back to this stuff here later. Okay. Fenrisian Gray. Rust Gray. Wraith Bone. And is there dirt there? There is a little dirt. We'll come in with a little Xandri dust, I think. Xandri dust. And maybe a little brown. Okay, maybe there's a lot of paints we need. Alright, first up, which one's darker? Rust Gray is darker. Get the appropriate brush. Alright. I said rust gray. By the way, this base was printed for me with several others by Damned Primarch with Celestial Forge. He is a friend of the channel. Good dude. Highly recommended for 3D print services. Move my palette over so I can see that. Water's down so we don't. There we go. Ooh, that is a sousy paint. This was primed in gray sear. No particular reason. That's what I had, and that's what I'm using. So anyway, my last stream is actually going to be this Friday, because my wife and baby's come back from their long trip next week, and this weekend I'm going to be putting the computer table back where it's supposed to go and packing up all the Warhammer stuff for the foreseeable future. So not going to be any painting for a while. And really, I was just painting really to pass the time until they came back, so it's alright. Alright. So I might have put too much. Can I put some back in the thing there? Right, you friend is back. All right. Raichu's looking so swole, he's not going to be able to keep his wife off of him. I'm still trying to plan out how I'm going to paint my salamanders. I think I'm going to give my sergeants black helmets, veterans gold, and veteran sergeants black with a gold stripe. That sounds cool. Texas friend, what's up, man? Comical Rock. Glad I'm catching one last paint for a while then. Yeah, I think, I don't know, there's a chud is, you know what would be kind of cool? You think I could paint him in one session? I tell you what, I'm going to paint this guy, this Tech Marine, 3D printed Tech Marine. I'm going to paint him on my last stream. That's what I'm going to do. And see if I can finish him in one go. Damn, I'll have to prime him though. That's okay. Alright, maybe I will throw my hat in the ring of, I can't remember the guy who's doing it. It's kind of a newer account, but anyway, that's what he's doing. Like if you enter to win, it's a $5 gift card. That's what he's giving out. Anyway, alright, let's see. That's drying. Move that over there. I'll set that there, and let's see if we can glue this. Or at least get it. I'm going to drill a hole. I think I'm going to drill a hole in this part here. I I gotta be careful because one time I drilled straight through the dude's top of his foot. I got this hand drill from Amazon for like $3. Plastic bits. Get off of me. Yucky. Get off of me. Stop. Alright. Let's see. How deep? A little deeper. Alright. So we got our hole. We'll use that later. And I think let's see if we're ready to glue these bells. I was going to give these bells to my chaplain, but I couldn't get him to sit on his belt the right way. So let's see if we can get this to look good here. You think I should make the bells gold? Oh, who's that? Comical Rock. Hello. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Last paint sessions. You shutting down shop for a while? Yeah, when the wife and baby are home, I'm not going to have time or space to have my stuff out. Alright, dudes, the more I look at this, the more I think that those bells should be gold and the chains can stay silver, so I want to paint them gold right quick. I just get that's hey, any excuse. Wait. Maybe let's try something. That way we have some different colors. That might be cool, right? Why don't we base coat them with this Retributor armor? Use that hole later. Is that an invitation? Right, you friend. You know I get to thinking too much now. You better be straight with your words. I mean, don't be straight, but you know what I mean. Raichu, I'm telling Mrs. Raichu on you. If Man vs. Miniatures would hear, he would tell me to drill the bells. Alright, let's have a look. Dang, these bells showing their age now. This was taken from the Flagellants kit, if nobody has heard me say that before, which is an old school Warhammer Fantasy kit. Alright, so there's the bells. Let that dry, and then I think I might hit it with let me look at it. I got two golds. I got a rose gold and then I got a, I don't know what it is, like a bronze. Taco friend. Let me see. That's an acceptable answer. Feels bad, man. Ah, shit. I just hit my own finger. Not Lady Raichu. I retract my attention. Quit. Hey, man, this is a family-friendly stream. Y'all simmer down now. All right. That's like a brown. I don't like that. That's ugly. I don't know why I bought that. Yes, I always joke. Like today at work, it just so happened that me and my supervisor, we both wore like a scarlet red shirt. And they're like, people are like, oh, look at you guys are twins. And I'm like, yeah, he left the window open for me. And then he looked mortified. I keep making gay jokes to my supervisor. Hey. Hey, man, what's the point of work going somewhere for like 9+ hours a day if you're not going to have a good time while you're there? You know what I mean? I say crazy stuff at my job too, and I can get away with it because everybody thinks I'm joking, which I am most of the time. But like, I'll say stuff like, but the way you using them hands got me some type of way. Well, I tell you what, I'll make you leave your wife, I tell you. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'll say stuff like, half joking. I'm like, well, boys, you take styrofoam, you put it in gasoline, you got napalm. I'll be back later. And just walk off. You know what I was saying? Alright, so here I put like some kind of rose gold on here. And I feel like that changes the gold color enough to kind of make it distinct from the other stuff. And now I get to glue this crap down. Actually, we'll let that dry and I'll work on the base some more. How about that? Okay. So that was, what was that? Which one's dark? I gotta look at the bottom. That was rust gray. So now we're going to put Drakenhof Nightshade on here. Magic hands. You need to behave yourself. I do like painting the bases. It's kind of like the cool down period, but I'm like doing it while I'm waiting on other stuff. Alright. It's very important to me that I not spill shade everywhere like Derek does. And look at that. Man, that shade just brings that pattern out. I told a story. You know what? People are just like, yeah, I'm gonna tell the story. I don't care. People are having like actual terrorists on their podcast and nothing's happening. Apparently, I don't know. I don't watch cringe streamers, but I had a. If any of my family finds my channel, they probably don't appreciate this story. But my sister, who I love very much, is much older than me. But she married a guy from Wisconsin, and he's a nice guy. Kind of a weenie, though. And they just let their... He's got 2 kids already. So she's the stepmom. And they just let these kids do whatever. Like, and I always hear about how smart the kids are, and this and that, and they're in robotics classes, they're in AI programming classes, all kind of stuff. Well, the oldest one dropped out of college because she got preggered up by a dude. And don't take this the wrong way, but my sister told me this. I said, Don't even tell me. He's a black dude, wasn't he? And she goes, Space Shark, stop making that face. I said, what face? So yeah, I was a black dude. And I saw a picture of him. He looked exactly like how you would think. Anyway, so she dropped out of school and was going to get married to this dude. And a couple weeks later, well, this was a couple weeks ago, and then over the weekend I found out that the dude, they called the wedding off, and then they broke up because the dude, who's a grown-ass man, refused to get a job. So, I don't know how many boxes you can check on the who could have seen that coming game, but anyway, I tell you what. And she's a pretty girl too. So she could have lived life on easy mode, and now she's playing on Space Marine 2 Nightmare. Tell you what. Tell you what, man. If you ever have daughters, you watch them like a hawk, cause they ain't got no sense. You could have 160 IQ, and they're still gonna do wacky stuff like this. Right, you man. I appreciate you stopping by. Tell your wife I said hey. Weenie. Right, you. I think he took some edibles before he went to the gym. Hey man, you have a nice night. I appreciate you always. Damn, I got 7 viewers, man. Not even Marshall Bowman gets those kind of numbers. All right, what was I doing? Okay, we did that. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish this thing this week. I need to figure out what I'm going to put on this thing. Alright, we're making good progress, guys. It's glued together. We got a hole in the bottom. That backpack is, well, it needs highlights, but everything else is pretty much done. Need to do touch-ups. I might work on that some more tonight. Or tomorrow. What's today? Today's Monday. Yeah. Alright. I think I'm going to work on that some more. Tomorrow. Tonight, I'm going to call the wife, who is the most beautiful woman in the world. And then, probably going to have me a snacker and work on downloading some STLs for the archive. Alright, let me see. Anybody got questions, comments? No more than the WBN, the WNBA championship game. Oh, that's right. Oh, I get it. Oh, Texas friends got the jokes. Jesus, 9 people, 2 more people showing up right at the end, man. What's up with that? All right. Well, here y'all can look at what I've done so far. There we go. Anything focus? There you go. Got some new Salamander stuff for you. Excellent. I have some of the 8-legged miniature stuff. I actually just put an incinerator squad in there. They look pretty good. Alright, well, let's say maybe this guy will be our Friday project. I'll have to do some prep work on him to get him ready to go. But maybe I'll do him. Alright guys, well I'm going to head out. I appreciate you all very much for coming and hanging out. If you're new and you don't really know me, you'll stop by on Twitter, say what's up. And I'm nice to everybody on Twitter unless you mean me first. But anyway, y'all have a blessed night. I appreciate y'all very much, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye, Vulcan.